What if everything you believed about Jungkook and Taehyung's silence was a lie? What if HYBE has been hiding the truth all along? A truth so shocking it could change everything you thought you knew about BTS. Keep reading because what you're about to discover will make your heart race. Don't forget to comment what you feel, like this video if you support them, and subscribe for the next emotional truth that HYBE doesn't want you to know. No one saw it coming. Not the fans, not the media, not even those who claim to know every detail about BTS's world. But deep inside the golden layers of fame, cameras, and perfection, something broke, and that something has a name. Jungkook, the youngest, the golden magne, the one who always smiled even when his eyes told another story. And beside him, silent but burning, was Taehyung, the one whose heart has always carried a quiet storm. What if I told you that Jungkook didn't just protect Taehyung out of friendship, but out of defiance? What if this was his rebellion? A hidden war between loyalty and love, between truth and control. It started with whispers, unseen moments during live broadcasts, words cut from interviews, gazes that lingered too long. Fans thought it was coincidence. HYBE said nothing. But when silence becomes too heavy, truth has a way of breaking through even the tightest chains. Jungkook knew this, and when he saw Taehyung being cornered, blamed, and controlled by forces that wanted to silence him, he made a choice. A choice that HYBE never expected: to stand up, to speak, to protect him no matter the cost. Behind closed doors there were meetings, arguments, warnings. HYBE executives feared what this would mean, not just for the company, but for the image they had built so carefully. The perfect idols, the perfect narrative. But Jungkook was done playing perfect. He had watched too long as Taehyung's light was dimmed, as every word he said was twisted, as his silence was used against him. He knew the truth, that Taehyung wasn't broken, he was being silenced. And Jungkook couldn't bear it anymore. He chose the dangerous path, the one that could end careers but save souls. The question is, why now? Why did Jungkook decide to rebel at this exact moment? What did he see, what did he hear, that made him cross a line even he once swore he would never cross? Some insiders whisper that it began with a recording, a conversation between HYBE's staff, planning how to manage Taehyung's image after a sudden controversy. They say Jungkook found out that he heard words he could never forget. They say he confronted them, and that confrontation was the moment HYBE panicked. Because when Jungkook speaks, the world listens. And this time he wasn't singing. He was demanding justice. That I in public, HYBE stayed calm. They smiled. They released statements. But behind that calm was chaos. They had built their empire on control, on perfect harmony. Yet now, two of their brightest stars were no longer following the script. Jungkook's actions began to ripple through the fandom, through the staff, even through the other members. He wasn't just protecting Taehyung. He was questioning everything that had ever been written for them. Every schedule, every rule, every silence. And Taehyung, the one who always smiled softly, the one who spoke through glances instead of words, he knew what Jungkook was risking. You could see it in his eyes during the last live, the way he looked at Jungkook, not with surprise but with pain. Pain mixed with gratitude. Pain mixed with love. Because sometimes protection hurts. Sometimes love means standing in front of a storm you can't stop. And that's exactly what Jungkook did. Fans began to notice the signs. The sudden lyrics that felt too real, too raw. The bracelets and rings they wore, not as fashion but as messages. We are not afraid. One of the inscriptions was rumored to read, coincidence or confession? When Jungkook performed that night, his voice cracked on a single word, free. That moment became legend. It wasn't just a lyric anymore. It was a cry. HYBE tried to suppress it. Edits were made, clips deleted, articles rewritten. But you can't delete emotion. You can't silence millions who felt the shift. Army knew. They always do. The comment sections exploded. He's protecting him. Jungkook is standing up. This is deeper than music. And maybe for the first time the truth was too loud to hide. But what happens next? What happens when rebellion starts inside a system built on obedience? What happens when the golden boy decides the gold is fake? Jungkook's quiet resistance became a movement. Fans began decoding gestures, lyrics, even the way he looked at cameras. Every silence felt loaded. Every word felt dangerous. And yet, through it all, Jungkook didn't back down. Neither did Taehyung. Insiders whispered of secret meetings, of emotional nights where both broke down, questioning if what they were doing was worth it. The world saw smiles, but behind them there were tears. Because protecting someone means carrying their pain too. Jungkook's rebellion wasn't loud, it was steady, and that made it more powerful. Because true defiance doesn't scream, it endures. HYBE's panic grew when rumors began spreading that the duo planned something, a symbolic act during a performance, a message hidden in plain sight. And then it happened. The rings. Identical, subtle, but undeniable. Cameras caught them, and within hours the internet was on fire. Were they a statement? A promise? A silent protest? No one knew for sure, except maybe HYBE, who immediately went into damage control. But it was too late. The message had spread. Jungkook protects Taehyung, and this time the world sees it. Behind every powerful moment, there's a price. And Jungkook knew it. He knew the risks, contracts, reputations, isolation. But when someone you care about is being crushed by the weight of silence, rules stop mattering. Maybe that's what makes his act so unforgettable. It wasn't about rebellion for fame, it was rebellion for love. Not romantic love, perhaps, but something even stronger, loyalty that refuses to be OWS. So why did HYBE panic? Because power only works when people obey. And Jungkook stopped obeying. His every move now feels like a coded message, every word a shield for Taehyung. They can control contracts but not connection. And that connection between Jungkook, Taehyung, and ARMY is what scares them most. Now the air around BTS feels different. Every fan can sense it. That tension, that unspoken defiance. Jungkook walks with calm eyes, but inside, there's a fire that refuses to die. Taehyung smiles, but his gaze lingers longer, softer. They're telling us something without words, and maybe that's the point. Because truth doesn't always need to be shouted. Sometimes it only needs to be seen. So what is HYBE really hiding? What are they so afraid the world will know? The answer might not be in official statements, but in the smallest moments, the looks, the gestures, the silences. Those are where truth lives. Those are where Jungkook's rebellion breathes. As fans, maybe all we can do is watch, support, and believe that even under the weight of fame, there's still courage, loyalty, and love that no company can erase. Jungkook's act wasn't just a moment, it was a message. A reminder that even idols are human, and sometimes humanity is the most dangerous form of rebellion. So now the question is, will HYBE silence them again? Or has Jungkook already won by choosing truth over fear? What do you think? Was Jungkook's act a message of defiance? Was it protection or something deeper? Tell me your thoughts below. Let's talk about the truth they tried to hide. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss the next chapter of this untold story, because something tells us this isn't over yet. And maybe that's the most haunting part of it all. It's not over. Because when the truth begins to leak through cracks, no wall is ever strong enough to contain it forever. HYBE may have built an empire of light, but light always casts shadows, and Jungkook just stepped into one to find Taehyung standing there, waiting. What they share now isn't just friendship, it's something that words can't quite define. A bond forged in pressure, pain, and quiet defiance. A connection that even the world's largest company couldn't predict, nor control. When you watch their recent appearances, there's a heaviness, not of sadness but of meaning. Every smile feels deliberate. Every silence feels rehearsed. Fans describe it as the calm before something big, as though the world is holding its breath. And maybe it is, because Jungkook has changed. His confidence now carries a quiet edge, not arrogance but awareness.